Namaste and hello, friends. All of us in the last few days are busy trying to understand what the manifesto of the Congress, driven by the urban nexus, tend to imply, tend to state explicitly, and tend to put it across to what the voter needs to think. One thing that comes out very clearly is Congress doesn't have a vision of creating more and more wealth and then distributing it across to the people. Instead, what it has is an easy way, but a dirty way of trying to create division among people, try to take away the money, try to take away the wealth from the people who have earned it hard and give it to the others as if they are doing a favor. In reality, this is the biggest ever disfavor that you can do to the poor and the needy. There are a couple of issues that we need to think through. One is a constitutional position in terms of what does this kind of an equality means. And the second thing is the economic aspect of it. First and foremost, the constitutional position. The Constitution of India is very clear that it wants to ensure, give equality of opportunity. Let me repeat, it's equality of opportunity. And of course, being treated equally as a human being, as a citizen of the country with equal amount of dignity is a must. That comes with the status part of it. But predominantly, when you're talking of equality, it is not the end outcome equality that you're talking of, but you're talking of giving them open, level playing field. It should not be a closed, unlevel playing field. For instance, if someone wants to become the president of the Congress party, it should not so happen that it has to be the son, the grandson, the great grandson, the great great grandson wanting to become the head of the Congress. It's only by a quirk of fate, literally by a quirk of fate, that the seat was kept warm for 3 full years before our own senior Khadgeji from Karnataka has been made a dummy president of the Congress. Anyway, coming back to the point of equality of opportunity. The ground reality in nature is that the end outcomes may not necessarily always be equal. That's absolutely wrong to expect because the end outcomes will differ. Take the case of 50 students in a classroom. All of them undergo the same training by the class teacher, by the subject teachers. They go through the whole process in a similar fashion by and large. But you have certain students who gain distinction, who gain centum. There are some students who don't probably cross the 60% mark. The point is you're not trying to ensure equality of outcomes. You can't give everyone 60 to 100 as the same marks. Everyone either get a 60 or everyone get a 100. No, that's not the equality that the Constitution talks of. The Constitution talks of everyone being an opportunity to enter into the educational domain. No person should be disallowed from entering a school so that he or she gains education. The opportunity equality is what the Constitution lays maximum emphasis, and rightly so. It is only by creating an opportunity, a level playing field, that you get more and more people coming into this particular domain. Take the case of cricket. Earlier, it used to be either the few people, the handful picked people, either from Karnataka or from Mumbai, who dominate the entire cricketing 11 of India. But at some point in time, you started opening the doors. From small towns, unheard of towns, you start getting players, be it a Mahendra Singh Dhoni, be it a Virat Kohli, be it the Pathans, be it the Ayers. You started getting people from across the country. You gave them the opportunity, and that's what matters. If there is an equality of opportunity, naturally the kind of an innate potential of the people comes out. That is what is more important. What is the Prime Minister Modi and his party, the BJP, offering you in terms of manifesto? It's offering a huge amount of new opportunities, be it in the field of education with NEP, be it in the field of manufacturing in the form of PLI, be it in the form of sunrise industries like the EV, be it in the form of opportunities of trade. It's opening up new avenues. It's opening up new opportunities. And people who have the capability, they're able to make it. But unfortunately, if you look at the Congress, they have only one thing. We will do an X-ray. Try to understand who's got what kind of money. take it away from them and redistribute it. Wealth needs to be created, and wealth creators need to be respected, acknowledged, and celebrated. You cannot stop this inequality. That's not what even the nature will work towards. But what is important is, as a society, as human beings, we diminish the distance between the top and the bottom. That is through the means and mechanism of equality of opportunity. I'll give a small example, a day-to-day instance that you and I would have seen, experienced, or gone through. Two students, fairly capable in the same range. One person is able to enter an IIT and the other person is not able to enter an IIT. Their career trajectories take a different turn. Now, if the person who entered the IIT was only because, let's say, he was well to do, he could afford to pay the fees, and the other person could not pay the fee, in which case you are denying him the opportunity which otherwise would have led him to a bigger and a brighter career spot. That's where, if you look at the IITs and the IIM, they are very clear. Anyone who is capable, who has cleared the cutoff and made it to the IIT or IIM shall not be sent away for want of funds. If the need be, they probably go to the extent of 40, 50, 60, 80, even 100% scholarship should the need be. They'll ensure that there is a ecosystem that allows them funding, the bank funding, for instance, in the absence of which even 100% scholarship. That is the provision of equality of opportunity. Today, if you were to allow a girl child to study as much as a boy, he and she, they compete with each other, and the best of them will probably come up. You're not denying them the opportunity. And the better of the two could be a girl, could be the boy, depending on what situation is. But the society benefits because the better of the two comes out on top. The Congress's so-called equality is a mere crocodile tears for the sake of election, nothing more. Okay. Is this also an exaggeration during election time, or do you have data to back you? Here you go. I come from the state of Karnataka, very entrepreneurial, very far-sighted, visionary people who understood the value of economic growth and prosperity. Dhanam dhanyam pashum bahuputra labham shatasamvatsaram dirghamayuhu. That is something they have always believed in. They pray for the kind of a prosperity so that the society as a whole is happy. And what did this kind of an entrepreneurial Karnataka do? They came up with excellent banks. You look at the kind of banks that Karnataka was able to give to the country. Canara Bank, Corporation Bank, Karnataka Bank, Syndicate Bank, Vijaya Bank. They were doing very well. Some of them were focused on farmers. Some of them were focused on the fishermen. Some of them on trade and agriculture. Some of them on education. And finally, they touched each and every space of the society, doing very well for themselves and the society in and around them. What did the Congress do? The Congress, wow, amazingly doing good banks. Let's do an X-ray and take kabza of it in the name of socialism. Indira Gandhi in the year 1969 and 1980 nationalized the banks with the only stated intent of taking the banks to the poorest of the poor in the villages. But what happened? The banks, the money of the banks was controlled by the cabal, by the Indira Gandhi led Congress cabal. Money was siphoned off in the name of NPAs, the crony capitalism, what Prime Minister calls as phone banking. Money was siphoned off. And how were those banks then getting the money back? From the taxpayers' money, your money and my money that we pay as tax went back. Such an unfortunate situation. So what the Congress does that, in the name of socialism, in the name of equality, takes away the money, the hard-earned money. When I say hard-earned money, I'm repeating it because I understand what it takes to get into a Gokhale Institute at Pune or an IIM at a Bangalore. You need to really slog to be there and exit successfully. You're not born with a silver spoon like Rahul Gandhi and try to make that I'm the be all, the know all, coming from the Cambridge of the world and the Harvards of the world. No, thank you. We have worked our way up. We have slogged. We have achieved whatever little we have achieved based on our own hard work and thanks to the opportunity that the society gave. It is this opportunity that the society should amplify, should increase, rather than take away whatever the hard earned wealth of the people are. Careful and be careful when Rahul Gandhi speaks of equality. There is absolutely no concern of the inequality concept. The only concern is how do I take the hard earned wealth of these wealth creators, kabzafy it, in the name of the poor people, let me enjoy. That is the Congress mindset. Now, let's look at the other point, the economic concept, the economic notion of stock and the flow. There is something called a stock, means let's say each year you keep getting 100 rupees. Over a period of 5 years, it becomes 500 rupees. That's a stock. So over a period of 5, 10, 20 years, you would have accumulated a certain amount of wealth. That is a stock. But year on year, you keep earning certain amount of money. That's an income, which is a flow. Each year, the money flows in. That's a flow concept. But whatever is accumulated is a stock concept. All the governments across the world and across the parties, even in India, have done this. Look at the income flow year on year across various categories. And that particular income, if you're a high-end money earner, income earner, you're taxed at a higher rate so that some amount of money is taken from you for the public good, for the public cause. There is no way that you would want to take away the post-tax hard-earned wealth of the person, take it away from them in the form of an X-ray that Rahul Gandhi so shamelessly spoke of and distribute it across the people. You can distribute it in a year or 2 and 3, but beyond which, all that you are doing is not distribution of prosperity, but distribution of poverty. You are making everyone poor and therefore equal instead of trying to make everyone rich and some more rich and some in the middle level, but much, much better than what the poverty levels would have been. That's anathema to Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi would prefer that the entire country be poor. Let there be a distribution of poverty so that they can run the Mai Baap Sarkar. Prime Minister Modi's concept is very clear. Give the employment opportunities to each and every person. Give the entrepreneurial opportunity to every person. Enable them, support them. Let them fly high in the sky. Let there be 100 more unicorns. Today you have 100 plus unicorns. Today you have entrepreneurs who have made tons of money. It was not an easy money for any one of them. Let me repeat. They've toiled day and night. They've worked 18 hours a day. They've worked 20 hours a day. They haven't taken vacations in years together. Unlike some so-called young leader who every 2 months, 3 months requires vacation either in Bangkok or in Italy. It's important for us to, once again, let me repeat, it's important for us to acknowledge, celebrate, and respect the wealth creators. They are our inspiration. The only problem in terms of a society will be if you disallow certain people to become entrepreneurial and therefore become wealth creators. That is a problem. Prime Minister Modi has ensured that problem is removed. A roadside vendor today gets 10,000 rupees collateral free as Swanidhi. He can progress up to 20,000, even 50,000. And once he's able to clear that, he's eligible for Mudra loans, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 50 lakh. Gets an access to very cheap and affordable, decent, dignified finance that takes him from where to where, from place to place. If you were to think of taking away money from some of the few wealth creators and distribute it across the country, you will end up with only one thing: countrywide equal poverty. Absolutely, yes. Obscene inequality is something that our society has abhorred. It's always believed in giving your lending hand to the people. Recently, you saw a Jain couple who gave their 200 crore entire wealth to charity, to the poor, to their society, and said they take the path of salvation, the path of self-seeking, the path of discovery towards truth in the form of very, very saintly living. While that might be an exception, the general rule has been people do earn a good amount of money and a big chunk of it is always redistributed in the form of dan, in the form of dakshina, in the form of temples, in the form of annadan, so on and so forth. Our society has always appreciated the kind of hand holding, supporting, mentoring to the unfortunate brethren, individually and collectively. What Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is spread poison. What Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is spread poverty equally across the country. What Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is diminish the capability of each and every one of us. In contrast, what Prime Minister Modi is trying to do is unshackle our potential, improve and amplify the opportunities, empower and enable each one of us to reach our limits. If we need to fly high in the sky, be it so. Do it. You see the difference. One who speaks very sweet has got tons and tons of poison within. The other who speaks a truth which is objective and therefore trying to help you. The country deserves to be a developed nation. The country deserves to take a tough call, and this is the tough call that you and I have to take during the elections. Vote for Prime Minister Modi, who's got a vision for the country, who's got a vision for you as an individual, your family, your society, your state, and your country. Don't ever think about what the kind of a poison Rahul Gandhi is trying to spread. That of equal distribution of poverty, distress, unemployment, and pain. Rahul Gandhi has the freedom, has the choice to be unemployed. He need not worry about it, and we need not worry about it either. But let him not unnecessarily diminish the opportunities that a poor, unemployed person today is seeking. Let's work towards strengthening India by strengthening Prime Minister Modi. Let's vote for the BJP and be done away with the poison that Rahul Gandhi is trying to spread. Thank you so much.